We've put together some special segments for you. Sprinkled here and there in the middle of the regular Sowing Seed podcasts, we're planting episodes we're calling Growing the Seed. Here, we'll be documenting the steps we take along the sowing seed journey as we build a business and build a brand. You'll see it all, when it works and when it's a little messy. So, right here, right now for you, here's Growing the Seed with your host, Matt Miller.
I want to take a minute in this episode of Growing Seed as midnight jumps up into my lap here, for those of you that are watching on the YouTube channel, and share a tool that has been extremely important already in the early days of sowing seed. It's also very, very important for my other podcast, the School Zone School Fundraising Ideas podcast. The tool's called repurpose.io. And essentially what repurpose.io does is it allows you to repurpose some of your content from one place and take it to another. So as an example, I do this audio content and I have it set up with my WordPress website, with iTunes, etc. Well, what Repurpose will do automatically once the workflow is set up is it will take this audio once it is published and it will convert it to video that can then be used in a variety of places. So for those of you that are on the YouTube channel and for those that haven't checked it out, you should go and just search Sowing Seed Podcast on YouTube. Would love for you to subscribe. There's a lot of other video content that we end up putting up as we go as well. Lots of stuff from the farm, etc. But anyway, Repurpose converts the audio file to a video file and then will automatically post it on your YouTube channel. So every single audio podcast that I'm producing right now is not only going to the Sowing Seed website, it's also being posted on iTunes. It's being posted on the Amazon Alexa for those of you who have an Echo. And if you don't have an Echo, I encourage you to get one. And if you got the few extra dollars, get an Echo Show because it's video and audio. That's the wave of the future. And anyway, I highly encourage you to use it. Our household is slowly but surely becoming an Amazon home in that regard. And we've got Alexa shows in my office, in our kitchen. We've got an Alexa Dot in our sunroom. The kids have dots as well. And there's just a lot of cool things, a lot of Alexa skills that can be done with that. And that are going to continue to come out and make that more and more and more useful as time goes on. They're essentially smart speakers that allow you to speak what you want instead of having to go to your phone or go to your computer and type what you want. Really, really, really cool platform. But I digress. Anyway, Repurpose then also takes that audio in video form. It puts it on my personal Facebook page. It puts it on the Sowing Seed Facebook page. And it also puts it on our YouTube channel. Now, another thing about YouTube, I have not done this yet, but I understand that it's available. I just have to take the time to figure it out and then start downloading the content as well. YouTube now has the ability to transcribe all of your video content for free. So the next step in my workflow that we'll talk about here after the first of the year sometime, once I've got it all worked out, is to repurpose once again a bunch of this content, convert it into blog posts that can be posted at blog sites like medium.com, like LinkedIn. Some of it can be reposted on Facebook, etc. So this one talk has the ability to be used in multiple platforms. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick screen share here just to show you guys the repurposed website just for a second. Those of you that are on YouTube will get a chance to see this. And by the way, on these Growing Seed episodes every Friday, I'm trying to make sure that I do video on the majority of them because my goal is to share some of these tools with you. And if they're online tools, to actually take a minute to step you through them as well. So to start with, you can go here to connections. There's a variety of different connections that you can make that repurpose then will automate the movement of content. You can do it with Facebook, whether it be your personal page or for Facebook, business pages or otherwise. You can do it to Google Drive, SoundCloud, Dropbox, and YouTube. It's my understanding that they're also working on Twitter right now as well. So before long, you'll be able to set up a workflow and connect directly to your Twitter account also. What I have set up here currently is I have my audio podcast, which is the input. I have a Facebook output, and then I have a YouTube output. And then using those connections, workflows can be set up. In this case, the Sowing Seed audio podcast is being converted to video and going to the Sowing Seed YouTube channel. The Sowing Seed podcast is going to the Facebook channel. And that is actually the Sowing Seed Facebook page. And then the Sowing Seed audio podcast is going in video form to my Facebook personal page. Now, my personal page, I don't want these episodes posted all the time, so I can go here to view episodes, and those episodes that have been posted on Facebook, you can see here it says view. So I'm just selecting every now and then some of these episodes that I think would have value to the people that are in my personal sphere of influence, and they're automatically being posted there. For the YouTube channel, it went back and started when I started the podcast. It has published all of those episodes, but what I can do now is I can go ahead and publish all of these other episodes, and they will now be queued up and will publish. In fact, what I need to do is take a minute and adjust this from manual publishing to automatic publishing. We'll go back and do that here in a second. So all these are queued up. The conversion process will occur, and within an hour or two, they'll all be on Facebook. If I go back to the workflow, though, you see how this says manual, and this is going to the YouTube channel. So I'm going to change that to auto, and now all of those will automatically be published from here on out on YouTube without me having to click on those again. I want the same thing done on the Sowing Seed Facebook page. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up as auto as well. And look, now all these has got these that haven't been published yet are now automatically queued up in the order that they're published on the Sowing Seed Facebook page, and they'll show up later. I'm going to keep the one going to my personal Facebook page manual, just so I can, like I said, select hand select every now and then episodes that go onto Facebook. They show up as a video, but it's just the audio content with a picture of the Sowing Seed logo, essentially, that's there. Anyway, guys, huge tool that has significantly simplified my life. I think it's like $15 or $20 a month to use the service. And it has been a game changer because it's allowing me not just to grow a podcast, but it's allowing me to grow a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. And because I'm on YouTube, not only do you guys have the ability to see a bunch of video that is not produced for the podcast itself, but for those that would prefer to use video to listen, you can do that on YouTube. And because it's on YouTube also, I have the ability to allow YouTube to transcribe all this content, which will then be able to be used for blog content. And it will also end up being book form at some point, as I can do a Sowing Seed financial freedom book of some kind, a Sowing Seed family book, a Sowing Seed faith book, and a Sowing Seed farming book at some point. And most of the content of those can literally be the podcast episodes that I've done over a period of a year or two, picking out the best of, because they've been transcribed, then they just need to be edited and then put in book form. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys some more insider baseball here. Some of you guys may not care a lick about this, but I know for me, I've always wanted to understand how and why some of this stuff happens. And so the whole purpose of the Friday episode is to give you a behind the scenes, to share some really cool tools that may be of use to you as well in whatever you do. And at a minimum, give you guys a front row seat to what's going on here as we slowly but surely put this thing together. Appreciate you guys big time, and God bless. For those of you that are not yet subscribers or who have not yet left a review for the podcast, I'm going to ask you a favor. If you would go to sowingseedpete.com, you can use Pete the Podcaster. He's a chat bot that will step you through the iTunes subscription process. He will step you through the iTunes review process, and he will give you an opportunity to share this content with friends and family or whoever you think it would be of value to. Man, guys, we really appreciate in advance you being willing to take the time to do that. For those of you that maybe don't have iTunes or what have you, or for those that do and are willing just to take another minute or two to help out, if you would go over to Amazon.com and search Sowing Seed Alexa Brief, you can leave a review there just like you would for a product or a book on Amazon. We have a huge opportunity to become one of the most reviewed briefs in the next couple of months because there are so few briefs out there right now, and in the process be made much more visible to those that come and search, up there with the CNNs and the Fox Newses and the Wall Street Journals, etc. So if you're willing to do that, that would be awesome as well. I appreciate all that you do on our behalf. I appreciate you listening. I hope we bring value each and every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you and for your family as you do what you do. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Sowing Seed Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review in iTunes or your podcast player of choice. So until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.